Conspiracy theories, eh? Wait till you get a load of this.
Hello, and welcome to Cracked Sisters Conspiracies, a podcast that covers conspiracy theories, mysteries, and all of our spooky shit. My name is Jackie.
And I'm Cassandra.
And we are said sisters.
You're here. I think I'd say that every time we record together now. Would you like the fan on?
I'm a little overheated.
I mean, you just spent the afternoon with my child and our parents, so that'll do it to you.
That'll do it.
So why are you here?
Oh, I'm like, why am I here? I had to go to downtown LA to get my rings fixed because 3 of my diamonds fell out, which was rather depressing, and just to visit.
Yeah. Our post-Easter celebration.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We have Lemon Ball coming up tomorrow on Saturday.
It's tradition, and it's, I think, for real, the last time that it's gonna happen.
Mom and Dad told me that they are planning on planting a lemon tree in their new house.
So in 15 years, when we go to visit and my child is like living out of the house, actually probably not in this economy, but
we'll resurface again. Yeah,
there you go, because it is not cost effective to buy lemons at this.
It is not. We tried that. It did not go super well.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, that'll be fun. But you went to the beach today on this rainy Southern California day.
It was not rainy. It was beautiful at the beach.
Really?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Well, that's good. It was rainy here.
Yeah, then we visited some tide pools and saw some starfish.
Mm-hmm.
She named everyone Patrick
of
from
course.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
We saw a lobster.
Was it alive?
No, it was dead. I already tried.
Okay.
Your daughter tried to steal a starfish?
Sure, but, she was regaled with my harrowing tale of why that is not advisable.
Which we have discussed on this podcast.
We have, yeah.
And then yesterday we went to downtown LA.
We did.
We saw a naked woman running through traffic.
We did, and we saw many naked assholes. And yes. Ms. White, your noodles are ready.
That was the best. So there was this homeless man who, every time we walked by, he just like screamed or shouted random phrases. On our way to the bookstore that we attended, we went to the last bookstore.
Super cool, by the way.
It was very cool. And he yelled like, "The FBI is wanted," or something like that. It wasn't very memorable. But on our way back, he screamed, "Miss White, your noodles are ready." And it just stuck with us. It was
all
very
of
funny.
us. So
yeah, it was good trip.
It wasn't bad. And then, you went to Grayson's football game.
I did. She lost again during the first game.
It's because you did not have the right energy when you did not embrace wearing the chain.
Get the chain. It's right there. It is 15 feet wide by 4 feet tall and pokey.
Because it's 3D printed, but she's on the Lions. Let me put this on to demonstrate. It's like,
do you see how gaudy that is?
But Lion's pride, man.
Anytime I crossed my arms, it just stabbed me.
But you shouldn't be crossing your arms. You should be like, yeah. I mean,
clapped?
Yeah.
That's clapping.
The first game was rough.
Well, you were talking shit consistently while the family of the opposing team sat directly behind
The
you.
only shit I was talking was commenting on how rude their children were.
Well, your daughter tried to save face. She was like, they were really nice to us. We were trying to turn them against each other.
But they went on to their second game and absolutely demolished it. They actually updated the score. It was 36-6, not 31.
That's pretty good. So yeah, at least I got to see her win once. Otherwise, I would never go again.
Yeah, because
we don't have losers in this family.
It was only because I did the math. It was game number 13, not lucky number 13. That's why they lost. Because they were undefeated.
Conspiracy theories. That is a massive one, and it is incorrect. They're not good.
Oh, they not good that time. Perfect. Okay. But anyway, you were gonna do one thing. You changed your topic because you weren't ready. So
this episode is from the future.
What?
If you listen to this in order sequentially, the last episode I mentioned that I was going to cover, did the U.S. go to the moon.
Oh, it was the moon landing.
The moon
Okay.
landing. NASA was in there, but basically it's the moon landing.
Okay.
However, I did not account for the fact that I only gave myself 6 days to come up with these notes, and it's going to be a 2-parter because it's one of like the core topics, like aliens, like Area 51, 9/11, JonBenet Ramsey. So like I want to give them the credit that they are due.
So question, do you use AI at all to help you?
No, I didn't think
because I started using ChatGPT to help me with my notes, and then I use it for my framework, and then I go in and fill in gaps.
Well, anytime I've tried it before to get information, and anytime that I plug into AI, like, who killed JonBenet Ramsey? It's like, it's a conspiracy theory. Everything's fake. Like, it works against conspiracy theories.
It's because you have to prompt it properly. You have to tell it specifically, act as if you are investigating conspiracy theories and you want to present the topic of blah, blah, blah. Give both accountings for and against, give the history, give it in chronological order.
That's how I do notes.
Okay.
That's cool.
That has been helping tremendously.
Book report.
And that's how I started. And then I was so overwhelmed that I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I mean, I do my notes obviously the same every time, but for these big ticket items, I want to do a very specific good job. So anyway, all that to say, I did not have enough time.
Okay.
I put in a lot of effort and I got maybe 1/16 of my notes done. So last minute, I decided I'm going to ditch that, pick a different topic that I have. So today we're going to cover a website. And that website is urbanoutraged.com.
Oh,
have you ever heard of this?
No, my guess was going to be like creepypasta or something. I have not.
Oh, I do like creepypasta.
Urban Outrage?
Yeah, so instead of Urban Outfitters, it's Urban Outrage.
I have not heard of that.
Well, let me tell you about it.
Okay.
So in November of 2021, a very strange website popped up.
2021. Okay.
Being this website that I
got it.
It's your following. So if you go to, not yet, www.urbanoutrage.com, it will bring you to a clothing website. The website advertises t-shirts, dresses, shoes, accessories, all that kind of shit.
Sure.
The banner at the top of the homepage reads, "Leather's on you, the shipping's on us. Free shipping on all orders."
Leathers on, like,
the leather is on you, shipping is on us.
Okay.
Okay. As you continue to scroll down this website, some of the clothing items and accessories are like highlighted.
Are they trying to take my skin?
That was actually really good. Yes. Did not expect you to get it that quickly. I honestly didn't think I was going to guess that either. Okay, okay, so as I mentioned, you scroll down a little bit, there's like highlighted clothing items. So there is the Juliet skirt, the Richard loafers, the Dan pants, the Millie collar.
These are all named after people. Got it. Okay.
This particular item looks strange.
Like unique?
They look a little bloody.
Oh.
They look, when you look at them, you think of Silence of the Lambs for some reason. Okay. So we're going to go to this website.
So horror sheet. Is this going to get us on a list?
No, it's not.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so this is the Juliet skirt, some loafers, a Sophie dress. I encourage you all, if you're watching this and have capabilities, to just go to the website and follow along with us.
Okay.
So if we were going to click on one of the items, let's click on the Sophie dress. So the clothing description reads, "Located at the intersection of style and luxury, the Sophie dress is designed to last season after season. Sophie was a timeless beauty, captured in the prime of her life. After being lured away from her home, she was forced to walk 20 miles. When she stumbled from exhaustion, cruel farmers rubbed tobacco and chili pepper in her eyes. The Sophie dress is sure to become the only dress you'll need, which is good because there was only one of her. But I have options to pick sizes." My neck is there's size options.
How big was Sophie?
Size range from small to extra large.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
Okay.
Because I'm a very specific. Are you?
It's the emphysema.
Okay, so if you scroll down a little further,
I'm scared.
You'll see a couple 5-star reviews about the dress. One happy customer wrote, quote, "I've gotten so many compliments on this dress, and a few weird looks, a couple shudders, and one person vomited. The vast majority of reactions, however, have been positive," end quote. So diving further into this website was something called the Afterlife Collection.
Oh, sorry. There was something else on the page that caught my eye.
What was it?
Go back. Scroll down. Leathering methods.
Skinned partially alive in order to keep the skin soft and supple.
Background. Sophie was from Austin, Texas, and had a small family but a large online following.
Got it? Okay. Anyway, moving on to the Afterlife.
Skinned alive. Okay.
So,
Is that a man or a woman?
that's a great question. I think it's supposed to be a woman.
Oh.
Okay. So historically, people have requested some weird shit when they die. Some want to be shot out of a firework.
Dad.
Yeah. Some want to be buried or cremated. Some want to be pressed into a diamond.
Yeah. Make jewelry or something cool out of me.
But this specific company or website is offering another potential option.
Okay.
So they are giving you the chance to turn your loved one, their skin, into a handmade item of your choosing. And you can keep on to it and pass it down from generation to generation.
Like I can make Evan into a purse when he's dead.
A merce.
A merce.
A man purse.
A literal man purse.
So the process for this is rather simple. It's just 4 steps.
Okay.
Step 1, you fill out the death certificate and you would award Urban Outrage full custody of Evan's
body?
dead body.
Okay.
Then when it comes time, he finally dies, the company will come and collect the body, whether it's at a hospital, your home, what be it.
Uh-huh.
Step 3, the company will start the leathering process. They say it normally takes around 5 to 7 weeks, so be patient.
Does it help if I let him cook in the sun a little bit first?
It did not specify.
Years of sun damage, I assume would add to the leathering process. But
And then step 4, the company will express ship your new item to you with free shipping, of course, and you can keep onto it for the rest of your life.
going right on the mantle if I had one.
Very good. So it's very easy. They even have a brochure
Okay.
that you could download if you so choose. And it just kind of explains the process. You can pass it along. You can give it to people in your book club. Something like that.
Sure. Float that at work. Provide it to my clients as an option for
Yeah.
estate planning. Okay.
Write it into their will. So naturally, when the general public stumbled upon this website, they were horrified and confused.
Can't imagine why.
And they didn't know if this was a joke, if a serial killer had finally gained the courage to just fucking put his victims and his crimes out
Go
there.
legit. Yeah.
Exactly. So if we were to dive into the names of some of these items, as you mentioned very early on, they seem to all have human names associated.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the Sophie dress, which I mentioned.
Okay.
And you already kind of hit the nail on the head on this one. But so it does give a background of all of the clothing. So this specific Sophie dress says that she was from Austin, Texas. So I looked into missing person cases for women in Austin, Texas.
Named
with the name
Sophie.
I did find one case about an 11-year-old girl named Sophie Long who had been kidnapped by her biological father from Austin, Texas. However, she was actually rescued and she's totally alive.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that Sophie.
Got it. Was there a 600-pound woman named Sophie that had been kidnapped from the Texas area?
You know, I didn't look at weight class.
But I'm just trying to think of how they can get so much skin for multiple
That's
size
true.
options.
So I really struggled to find a match between any name,
Okay.
clothing item, and actual missing persons cases from the locations in which the background stated that they were from.
That makes me feel a little better, I think.
But in my opinion, if you are a serial killer and this is your fucking side hustle that you're trying to make some money off of, it's very blatantly obvious. So why would you go through all the effort of hiding any information that could help specify which dead person this was?
Because no one's going to take this seriously.
But that would be the perfect...
It's a great, cover.
100%.
Yeah.
And you also got ahead of me on this one, but if you click the side guide, okay.
I'm usually not this quick on, anything.
I know, you're like a fucking savant today. Oh, size guide. I'm sorry, that's down here. You haven't done that yet. So go
I
ahead.
have not. Size guide right here.
I know, let me make
Oh.
sure. Okay, before you click it.
Okay.
So at the bottom of the page, they have normal hyperlinks. So they have track your order, contact us, our story,
A return. Yeah.
returns. They offer gift cards, all
Job
that kind of stuff.
opportunities.
So go ahead and click size guide as I did. Wow, your internet is slow.
Oh.
So then you get this jump scare on a fucking website.
Fuck
which
is
scared
that?
the shit out of me. So if you continue to scroll this page, you will see the woman is the first one where basically half of her face is skinned. Then as you continue, you will see decapitated and bloody heads of cows, sheep, and bulls. And the text talks about how we suffer, we all feel pain, and how society wouldn't stand for humans being skinned. Why do we stand for animals being skinned? And if you scroll all the way to the page, in the bottom left-hand corner.
Bottom left-hand corner. Oh, okay.
You will see who put on this website. Keep going. It is PETA.
That's actually very clever.
Yes, I figured this out about 1 minute into searching this website because I accidentally clicked add to cart and it.
Okay, out of curiosity, what did you try to buy?
Okay.
I mean, it's got a cute neckline. So.
And it auto-populated to this website.
Oh.
I realized, oh shit, this is obviously not real humans being sold. It is a PETA propaganda shit that they got going on.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure you are on a list because you just tried to buy a dress made out of human skin, and PETA did a gotcha.
Like, I want to see the price. If I'm going to do a research, I got to tell you the price.
Like, this woman just tried to buy skin. I need to let the authorities know.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about PETA, basically.
Okay.
What do you know about PETA? What have you heard in your life?
PETA is I don't know what the P stands for, but it's something for the ethical treatment of animals, which I get. When I was a kid, I had the understanding that they were like, we love all animals, do everything to protect them. And then as I was older, I'm like, oh my God, they're this vigilante group that is very aggressive and how like anti-animal product they are. I am a carnivore. I love meat. I like some leather goods. So I'm like certainly not vegan. I don't like cruel treatment of animals. So like, yeah, I don't want my chicken to suffer before I eat it. But they seem a little crazy.
So let's get into it. PETA is an acronym, as you mentioned, mostly.
Oh, people for the ethical treatment.
People for the ethical treatment of animals is what PETA stands for. It was founded on March 22nd, 1980 in Norfolk, Virginia by a woman named Ingrid Newkirk and a man named Alex Pacheco. The two met in 1980 at George Washington University, and they fell madly in love.
I'm sure.
Ingrid had plans of being a stockbroker, but decided to drastically just uproot her life when she had found some kittens, and she's like, I can't keep them. So she brought them to a shelter, but she was horrified by the conditions of the shelter, so she's like, I'm gonna make this my life's journey right now.
I mean, would I give up my job for cats? Because I would be in a similar kitten.
Baby cats.
You know what? I just might. or I would work from home.
There you go.
Selling my stonks so I can raise
dogs. Okay.
raise
don't know what that is. So Ingrid became an animal protection officer for the Montgomery County, Maryland, and she then became the District of Columbia's first woman pound master.
Ew, I would actually love that title, by the way. Maybe.
It's okay.
I know. I mean, it's very authoritative. Like,
is it?
Pound master.
Very dominant.
Dominant, yeah.
Word.
Like, I feel like I can make a lot of money with that title.
I doubt it.
On OnlyFans.
There you go. Her actual position, she was a civil servant.
Oh.
So basically, it's a dumb name.
A pension for being the pound master?
If you don't listen. So, stupid name, but it meant that she was responsible for the care and feeding of any stray livestock in Maryland. So it's really not that cool of a job either.
I mean, you get to hang out with animals all day.
Have you ever seen a cow in real life? Like, been up and close with a cow?
No, they're really big and scary.
I went on a hike a couple months ago and I went by myself. And as I was walking, there's all these obviously live, but like free range cows.
Yeah.
But there's like gangs of them. And so I called Alex. I'm like, are cows gonna attack me if
they kill more people than sharks?
He's like, I don't know, go slow and don't make eye contact. So I'm like, all right. And then they have babies. I was fucking so scared. And then I just ended up cutting my hike short. I went like 5 minutes into it because there's all these cows. They're massive. I'm sure they're very nice.
It's all muscle, man.
It is.
Like, think about it. And it's like, you think of movies, Tommy Boy, where they go cow tipping and stuff. I don't think it works very well.
I don't think so. But yeah, so they are beautiful animals, but they are very big when you're up close and personal.
I'm scared of most animals, like up close. Like, how did I do with that lizard yesterday?
It's true. You ran. So I don't think you would be a very good pound master.
No, you're right.
Which was the whole point of what I was talking about, if anyone remembers. Okay, so by 1976, Ingrid was the head of the Animal Disease Control Division of DC's Commissions on Public Health. And then in 1980, she was among those named Washingtonians.
Washingtonians. That sounds fake.
Of the year. So she's like a big fucking deal in Washington, I guess.
Sure.
So after reading a book about ethics,
that's a cute fucking bag. Sorry, go ahead.
The Dwayne Weekender bag.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so after reading this book about ethics, she's like, I'm gonna devote my whole fucking life to animals and making sure that they are well treated. And she actually created PETA.
Okay.
Even though if you go on fucking Wikipedia, it lists Alex first.
Oh.
Because of course it does. Technically, she's the one that came up with it. She started it, and he came in after the fact.
Yeah, because men can't let women have anything.
Right. So they first gained, they being PETA, gained national attention in 1981 during the Silver Spring monkeys case. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but is it about like animal testing and stuff?
It's about monkeys.
I know, but like monkeys
yes.
for animal testing?
Yes,
okay.
So this case was about a researcher named Edward Taub, who was working at the Behavioral Research Laboratory in Silver Springs, Maryland. Edward
Cullen, sparkly vampire,
was a behavioral scientist, I swear to God, who wanted to explore something called deafferination. What do you think that is? If you had a
deafferination.
Affirmation, yeah.
I don't know what affirmation is, but it's the opposite of that.
But do you have any guesses? He is a behavioral scientist.
Behavior.
He gets a part of the body.
Deafferination. Nose? Afferin? Smell?
No.
Oh.
I like where your brain went. You're very wrong. So deafferination is a surgical procedure in which the spinal cord
not even
is
close.
opened up and the sensory nerves are cut so that the impulses do not reach the brain. Therefore, the person or animal in that case does not feel pain.
Oh.
Because there's an afferent nerve that they're cutting. That's why it's called deafferinization.
So they're kind of dead inside. Okay.
But still very conscious. They can't feel anything because you basically have cut their spinal cord or part of it.
Are they paralyzed because of it?
Yes, parts of them are.
Oh.
This guy, Edward, he's like, I got this idea. I think if I do this deafferinization shit, I can get somewhere in life. But obviously he couldn't test this theory on humans. That would be abuse or whatever.
That's morally and ethically wrong.
Like, I'm gonna get fucking monkeys. So he decided to do this testing on macaw monkeys, 17 specifically.
Okay.
So Ingrid heard about this and she was not happy, as you can imagine. So she sent in Alex to apply and get a job undercover. She wanted him to record all of the findings so that they could let the public know what was happening.
Okay.
So in May of 1981, Alex actually got the job, and he would sneak into the facility at night, and he would take pictures of the monkeys in horrible conditions. It's very sad. There were some pictures online. And after collecting all this evidence, they turned it over to the police, and Edward was actually arrested and charged with 6 counts of animal cruelty.
Okay.
So it was like a success.
Yeah.
So because it was a success, in February of 1991, PETA had gained over 350,000 supporters. They had over 100 staff members, and they had an annual budget of $7 million.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is. So they were like a fucking pretty booming thing, and they still are to this day for the most part. So PETA quickly realized that the scandals and publicity stunts are what's going to get them, national attention. It's going to get them recognized and noticed.
Sure.
So some of their infamous stunts include they have snuck into high fashion shows, and if any of the models are wearing fur, they pour red paint on them to simulate blood, which is pretty known.
Mm-hmm.
They got famous and attractive celebrities to pose naked for their "I'd rather go naked than wear fur" campaign.
I remember that.
I think like one of the Kardashians did it.
So
some models have done it. Some actors have done it.
Okay.
They have thrown a tofu pie or two, because it can't be real pie, it's gotta be tofu, in the faces of influential people.
Oh, yeah, you can't use
eggs, you can't use milk.
Butter, you can't.
Butter?
Yeah, okay, it's gotta be straight vegan,
Exactly.
so tofu it is.
Have you heard of the Got Milk campaign that we all grew up on?
Oh, 100%. Some of the best commercials ever.
So they are against humans drinking cow's milk because basically PETA is vegan. They don't believe that you should use any animal products.
I'm against humans drinking cow's milk also. If you drink milk, you're a fucking weirdo.
What the fuck do you drink?
I don't drink milk.
Stand by. I bought Mama coffee today, and she's like, I'll take almond milk in it.
Ew.
I'm like, how are you? I guess she's lactose intolerant.
Okay, like, don't get me wrong. I'll eat cereal. I'll put it in milk sometimes, but like to just drink a straight glass of milk.
Alex, no joke, raw daws the container. Just fucking chugs a gallon of milk in front of me.
I am a Nesquik girl, like chocolate milk, strawberry milk. I will drink that, but straight up, like a glass of cold milk with dinner.
You know how I used to drink milk as a kid?
How?
With ice cubes. And I would drink it really fast so the ice wouldn't melt. Because I wanted ice cold milk.
That's so weird.
Anywho. Got milk campaign. Where were we going with this? So when the mayor of New York at the time named Rudy Giuliani. Sorry, do you know who that is?
Oh my God, you don't know who Rudy Giuliani is?
I know a little bit about him.
He's still in the news today.
I thought he was dead. He's still alive.
No, he's terrible.
Well, he got prostate cancer.
Good.
Okay, then I don't think you're going to be as sympathetic as I thought you were when I read the rest of the sentence. I didn't know.
Did he get prostate cancer from drinking milk?
No, but he got prostate cancer. It was well known because he was the mayor at the time. And PETA decided to run a campaign. So they put his picture up and they gave him a milk mustache.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they wrote, got prostate cancer.
See, I'm the target audience for that. I'm not the sympathetic audience.
They believe that if you drink milk, it leads to cancer.
You know what? It probably does.
It fucking doesn't. That's probably the only thing saving us. But now that everyone drinks nut milk, we're all getting cancer.
All of our food raised from the ground, raised from birth, is pumped full of hormones and all this other shit.
Depends on where you get it from. If you have your own cow and you're just shooting the teat in your mouth.
The teeth that's like covered in shit and gunk.
Not how that
That's like the whole raw milk
Watch a
movement.
movie.
If you die
No,
from
you can't have raw
botulism, you deserve it.
That's stupid. Don't do that. Back to the shit that PETA's done. In 2011, they created a porn site
Oh.
where they show pictures and videos of animals getting killed.
Oh.
And just their overall terrible
What
quality
a
of
boner
life.
killer.
Because they're like, hey, we're going to fucking market from anywhere we can. You want to look at porn? Wrong. Look at this fucking cow.
At least it's not cow porn, because that's not ethical treatment of animals. So.
Depends on what positions are in, I guess.
Nope. Bestiality is never a
No,
good
not
thing.
people having sex with cows.
No.
Oh, I thought you meant cow on cow.
No, that's just natural.
Okay, now while PETA has been known to be a little bit extreme, they have done a few good things in life.
Okay.
They got Ralph Lauren to stop using fur. I don't give a shit if you wear fur, but technically,
I don't see a compelling reason to wear fur. I don't like the feeling of it.
I don't care to own anything, but technically they got a big company to stop using it. They sued SeaWorld. I don't even know if SeaWorld is still a thing anymore.
It is, and I am morally torn about it.
I know.
Continue.
But they did get SeaWorld. It ended up dropping the lawsuit, but they did get them to double the size of the tank for orcas.
Oh my God.
So that's something. I know. I still agree. It's pretty bad, but they managed to get 11 employees fired from a slaughterhouse in West Virginia after they successfully recorded them abusing some animals.
I wonder what the conditions of the slaughterhouse that Jesus tried to take us to in Mexico were like.
It's Mexico, so probably not fucking great.
I don't know if you remember. You were really
No, I
young.
remember you telling me. I don't
Oh
remember.
my God.
Tell them.
When we
Tell them your trauma.
I know, I'm like flashing back. I think that was the Mexico cruise. That was the one with the Macarena that we were talking about. So we went on a cruise to Mexico.
And like Puerto Vallarta and some other places.
A couple of different ports. Again, this is when the Macarena was hot because they played it on the cruise ship. And I was
on repeat.
I was drunk off of free sodas and soft serve.
I remember the soft serve.
And
God, that was the best.
Dancing my heart away to the Macarena, the margarita. No margarita. But I think it might have been Puerto Vallarta. We had ported at one of the places in Mexico, and mom and dad were like, let's get someone to drive us around. So we found a cab driver.
This is when Mexico, you could just drive around without getting kidnapped.
Yeah, like knowing what I know now, like it's a little concerning. This is the first trip that I ever had panic attack. This is when mom's like, oh, you got a problem. So we found this cab driver named Jesus. He's like, I'm going to show you around. I'll give you a good time. And so he took us into town and we're walking around, and that's where like market vendors are like grabbing at you. And that is when I full blown panic. And he's like, I got something great to show the kids. Let's go to this like slaughterhouse butcher shop. The girls can go see how the meat gets made. And I was like, abso-fucking-lutely not. And just lost my mind.
Who hurt you, Jesus?
Right?
My goodness.
Probably the Mexican cartel.
By now, I'm sure.
Anywho.
Anyway, PETA successfully got Carson and Barnes Circus to stop using electrical prods on the animals.
Oh.
I know. I don't think I'm down with circuses. There's other entertainment. I don't need to see a monkey. I fucking hate monkeys, but you don't need to see them flying through the air, an elephant fucking putting up a hoop. It's good.
No,
Yeah, move on to something else. They got 71 retailers in China to stop using fur of Angora rabbits.
Oh.
They're just like really fucking fluffy rabbits.
Do they harvest the fur in like inhumane ways? Like, do they kill them and skin them?
And skinning them.
Oh, it's not like sheep where you can like shear the fur.
They were in a big lawsuit with a company in fucking somewhere back east, I don't know, about shaving sheep. And they're like, we do it because otherwise they get overgrown and then they have health issues.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, we don't believe in that shit. But
they get all mad and stuff.
Dropping the lawsuit.
Okay. Like that I'm fine with.
Yeah. And then they ended up saving 6 animals from a PetSmart in Tennessee from being further mistreated by an employee. It was like a couple guinea pigs, a rabbit, and like a frog or something. I don't know.
Oh.
No, they saved them.
I know, but like...
Okay,
people.
So at this point, some of you listeners might be thinking, okay, these people aren't terrible. They are a little extreme, but they get the job done. They have a good purpose in life.
Yes.
They mean well.
They have a good mission.
But you're wrong. So basically...
That's the first time in my life.
So in 2005, PETA euthanized over 90% of the animals that were in their shelters.
Oh. Over 90%?
90%. So they killed almost all of them.
Great. Okay.
What?
No, like that was like very sarcastic. Not great at all. But
your sarcasm did not go. So they only managed to adopt out 7% of their animals as compared to 28% from various statewide shelters.
So it's worse for the animals.
So bad.
Okay.
In 2011, out of 760 dogs that PETA impounded or had in their care, they killed 713 of them. They arranged 19 to be adopted, and they farmed out the remaining 36 to other shelters, but they didn't check if these were kill or no-kill shelters.
Hmm.
In 2012, out of the 1,110 cats brought to their shelter, they killed 94% of them.
Oh my God.
Out of the 733 dogs, they killed 82% of them. There's a theme. They seem to hate cats a little bit more
I
than they
can
hate dogs.
tell.
And they had an overall kill percentage that year of 89% of all of their animals.
That's really upsetting.
And as of 2024, the killing percentage at least went down to 64% for dogs and 69% for cats.
Cats are still coming out ahead.
So this doesn't seem very PETA-esque of them.
No.
I thought they wanted to help these animals. They wanted to make sure everyone is treating them properly.
Yeah.
So why are they killing any animal that they come across, basically?
Great question. Yeah.
So let me read you a quote from their website.
Oh.
Quote, "In a perfect world, all animals would be free of human interference and free to live their lives the way nature intended. They would be part of the ecological web of life as they were before humans domesticated them." End quote. Also on their website is a whole bunch of bullshit about how they offer free euthanasia for animals who are sick or injured, and you wouldn't let your loved one with cancer, if they asked to, die mercifully.
Mercifully.
Thank you. They would expect that you do that, so they do the same for animals.
Okay.
But really what they believe is that animals should be free. They should not be pets. They should roam. That's what they mean by free. They don't mean free as in no one gets killed. They mean
like
free as in
from mistreatment. They mean free
from humans.
Oh.
So
you just want like a roving pack of fucking chihuahuas running up and down the street?
Yes. So for them, they would prefer that. So that's why they would rather kill all of the animals than adopt them out to become pets, because they are against pets.
I'm sorry, but this dog has the best fucking life compared to what it would be like if he was living on the street.
When I leave the house, for an hour or more, I make sure I turn on the TV. I put on a movie that the dogs haven't seen multiple times because you wouldn't want to watch a movie over and over.
Benign and boring.
You gotta make sure it's gonna be on long enough to account for the amount of time that you're gone. So it's like I put a lot of fucking care into my 3 animals, which are my children. So they would literally rather just fucking kill them than give them to families like you or I who would love them and like over fucking pamper them.
Like my cat has an entire racetrack and built in the front of the house. Like what? She's such a princess. I couldn't imagine not giving her everything that I could.
So, and PETA's fucked up little brain, they completely feel justified in killing all these animals rather than letting them become pets.
No, see, they like animals from a distance. They don't really like animals.
You cannot, that's an oxymoron. You can't say you love animals and you want to have them have the best lives and be like, nah, I'm gonna fucking kill them. They don't get to go home with you.
Yeah, I mean, for legit wild animals, domestication is usually not like the way to go. Like, I don't need a fucking tiger. No one should have a tiger.
I agree.
Let tigers be free. But this dumbass dog that I have, he would have been killed by his parents in the wild if he was born that way.
He wears a sweater in the winter.
He really does. He wears pajamas.
Costco pajamas.
He does. And he also has booties because his feet are very sensitive.
Exactly. So in 2015, PETA found themselves in a $9 million lawsuit after they accidentally, I'm using air quotes if you're not watching, kidnapped a chihuahua named Maya.
Oh.
Maya was a Christmas gift for a child, and the family had gone out to the store to get Maya a plush bed to sleep on.
Sure.
And when they returned home, Maya was gone.
Oh, no.
They're putting up fucking flyers. They're doing all this shit. And then they see that one of the neighbors has security cameras. So they're like, hey, can I see it? Like, faces our backyard.
Yeah, great.
Can I see it? Maybe she jumped the fence, even though it's a fucking chihuahua. And what they found was a PETA van pull up. 2 workers got out, reached over the fence, grabbed Maya, put her in the van, and took off.
So that's like so illegal.
You're literally so dogs are considered property. You're kidnapping a dog.
Yeah.
And the 2 individuals that took the dog, they had been to the house, rang the doorbell like a week prior, like, hey, we're going to be spraying for animals or something, because they knew that they had a dog and they were trying to like gauge when they were going to be home, do all this stuff so that they could take the fucking dog. It was 100% premeditated.
If I happened upon someone trying to steal my dog out of my backyard, they were on my property and I like pew-pewed them, would I get in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what state you're in, but no.
Okay.
Dogs are considered, at least in California, dogs are considered property.
Don't steal my animals, man. Don't even try.
So there are actually multiple cases of PETA employees stealing animals, kidnapping them, and euthanizing them that same day.
And that's so much better than the life. Oh my God. That's so much better than the life that she would have had in her plush, fluffy bed.
But don't worry, because PETA...
I'm very worried.
Good choice. PETA sent the family of Maya a fruit basket. Her dog died under mysterious unknown circumstances.
Oh, that's not sus at all. And by the way, I'm allergic to fruit. So you tried to kill me too.
What they said was, oh my God, we got like a tip that this animal needed to be euthanized because they were in severe distress or pain. So we
took it upon ourselves,
kidnapped her and then euthanized her the same day, even though legally we have to wait a certain amount of days for this dog to be retrieved from its rightful owners. Are fucking bad. Here's a fruit basket.
Okay. Sure.
Now a quick word from our sponsor. Do you live in the Bay Area? Are you in need of a CPR class for work or just to gain knowledge? Well, look no further because CPR Education has you covered. They host public classes every Saturday in Pleasant Hill, ranging from CPR and first aid, BLS for healthcare providers, infant essentials for new and expecting parents, and EMSA-approved courses for licensed childcare providers. Whatever need you have, CPR Education has a solution. Go to cpredu.com and use code CRACKED for 20% off any public class. That's CRACKED, and you'll get 20% off any class of your choosing. CPR Education, keeping people together.
Basically, PETA is filled with batshit extremists who have a very warped view of the world. I personally want nothing to do with the organization. Anyone that says they're a PETA member, get the fuck away from me. You're crazy. And so rather, if you're like, I'm an animal lover, and if you didn't know this stuff, you might be like, PETA is the 1, basically known.
Like, Gracie gets stickers from PETA kids. I'm like, oh, I should probably find a way to put a stop to
so
that.
there are other, like, actual groups and organizations that actually help animals. They don't kidnap them and fucking kill them or do any of this weird shit. So some examples, if you wanted to like donate or
Contribute in a meaningful way.
So there's the Human Society of the United States, the HSUS. There's the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, so the ASPCA, fucking Sarah McLachlan commercials.
Ah, they make me cry every time.
The Animal Welfare Institute, the AWI.
Okay.
The Animal League Defense Fund, ALDF. Compassion's Over Killing, which is COS. I don't know who was in charge of your marketing team.
You know what? It really sticks with you, though.
Farm Sanctuary. And real quick,
Yes.
do you remember Rock of Love with Bret Michaels?
Yes.
Do you remember the first season, Lacey with the red hair?
She was fucking insane.
And she was a PETA person.
That makes sense.
She was crazy.
Legit bonkers.
If you don't watch the show, you should
You
go.
really
It's on, like,
should.
Hulu, I think.
Oh, God. VH1 had some of the best shit.
Fucking love it. So basically, in summary, wear fur, don't wear fur, have pets, don't have pets, I don't give a shit. But I think the majority of the world would agree that PETA is just run by crazy fucking fanatics. They have gone too far. They've lost the whole entire point. Treat humans and animals with respect. Don't wear humans. Don't be a shitty human. And there you go.
I mean, that Weekender bag and those boots were really cute, though. But you know what? I would rather wear a human, I think, before I wore an animal in a lot of regards.
Leather purse.
I do have a leather purse.
Do you have a human purse?
If it was like some shitty person, I'm kind of not opposed.
Right. That should be an option for like death row inmates.
Yes.
Firing squad be made into clothing.
You know what? There's a market for that. Ooh, yeah.
So that is Urban Outraged and or PETA.
Okay. Props to them for
It's a good
the
fucking
website.
I do think that was whoever was on their marketing.
That
team
is a
for that
great idea.
Yes.
Very clever. I love that. Did not realize that PETA was as shitty as they are.
Yes.
That was a little alarming.
Yes.
More than a little alarming.
But I do really like their website.
I do. When I have made my fortune and I have millions of dollars, I would love to have land and just have all of the animals. And I'm like, when my husband dies, well before I do, because I know that's what's going to happen.
Into a purse.
And he's made into a purse and maybe a
There's
lampshade.
the boots.
Yeah.
Seem to like that.
And
If you
full
full
outfit.
now, you'll have enough to make all of these garments.
Right. I will be able to wear him all year round because that is how a widow should be. But then I will have all of the cats and dogs and animals that
There
I
you go. You'll be a
could
crazy lady.
afford to house and respectfully and properly take care of.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I was thinking of PETA last weekend because I always see ads around Easter like, don't get your kid bunnies and chicks and
that
shit.
is true.
Because people just like release them into the wild.
Yeah.
Like we have an entire park that's like all ducks
I
that people have gotten and then just given up on.
Because people don't do proper research. And don't get your fucking kid a hamster.
Don't get your
They
kid
die
any
in
animal.
traumatic ways.
And they're going to be dead in your room and you're not going to know what that smell is. We
No.
both have a what's that smell.
I did kill my hamster, but that's beside the point. Yeah.
Animals are only good for responsible, caring humans.
Yeah, don't give your fucking kid an animal. And if you're a husband, just a PSA. Your wife doesn't want a fucking puppy.
I don't want more work.
You're right? Okay. That's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming.
Do I get paid for attending?
No. You pay me.
I pay you to
I just gave you awesome shit. Yeah, and that had TED Talkers. Anyways, do you know what you're gonna... I know the answer, but do you know?
No. Not even a little bit. It's Saturday. I'm like, I don't even know what day it is. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. But in the meantime, that was weird. Feel free to communicate with us and pass along topic ideas because I'm always looking for them. You can reach us on our various social media platforms. We pretty much have all of them except for TikTok because fuck TikTok.
Oh, we have to measure me.
Why do I? Oh, that's right.
But you can continue. If you want to see how tall we are, go to Patreon.
Yeah, I don't really have anything other than that. But before I say stay cracked, y'all, let's measure you. I forgot. Like I even set a reminder. Why were we doing this? Because you're shrinking.
Alex said I was shrinking. I don't trust his measuring skills.
Okay.
She's going to measure me right now for those who aren't watching. You should go to patreon.com/cracked sisters conspiracies. Pay us $1 or $5. That's cool. And then you can see me.
Stay cracked, y'all.
Have a better day than I am.